Collective. I don't know if it's just me, so that's why I want to come on here and share this, because I know for the most part somebody's going to feel me. When I think back to when I was younger, and before I say this is trigger warning, and I just want to make this clear. Whatever was taught to me by my parental figures was what was taught to them. The only downfall within this is that when they had the opportunity to heal and change certain things about themselves and things that was installed in them, and when things are installed in you, it's hard to, see things differently. Okay? So I just want to say that. But we all have the chance to heal and learn. However, I'm thinking back on certain situations when basically, like let's say it's a scenario, there's a family member or a friend, and one of my parental figures will be like, oh, that person thinks that they're better than us, or they changed, they came from the streets, the hood, whatever, and now they up there and they want to act different. And of course, when things are installed in you, and this is the type of behavior and mentality, mind frame that you were taught, you start to think the same thing. Okay? So I want us to focus on right now how when we're younger, we have sponges. And we are who raised us. And it's going to be negative or positive. It's going to take us down or it's going to help us prosper. All right? So in this case, and just like many others, when we're taught to be in certain mind frames or be a certain way or a certain type of energy, there comes a time within our life as we're growing up that we have the chance to heal these things. But healing hurts. Okay, you have to take accountability. You have to accept things for who they are, for who they are, and also the actions that you projected because of this. Okay, and it hurts. So, a lot of things were installed in us in a way like, oh, this person thinks that they're better, this, that, and this. But the more I look back at that shit, the more I'll be like, now I know why. You probably that person now. You probably that individual that people think, oh, she think that her shit don't stink. Remember, she used to be this way or do this and do that. You catch my drift? So you understand? Like you understand the lower level and then you understand the higher level. This is all about vibration, growth, and healing. Okay? So we used to point and talk about individuals that wanted to choose a better life and that possibly didn't help other people when they were in need. Like, for an example, why were these things talked about these individuals that I could remember from when I was little? Maybe somebody wanted to borrow money. Maybe this individual didn't want to come around, or if they did, they would dress nicely. They would talk a certain way. They would hold their self, a certain way. Now, I don't want to take out that sometimes people in this energy do shit on their family members and friends purposely while still having a devious energy. We're talking about individuals that choose healing and the right thing, and they still trigger people, places, and things that are stuck there. Okay? I want to give you also a quick story time, you guys. I was in a connection with a false lover, right? And this is where we go wrong, you guys. A lot of times it's just best to move away from people, and you can't compare or trauma bond. Okay? Just because you might understand why a person, place, or a thing was doing stuff, or why certain things happen in their childhood, doesn't mean that you should align yourself with them. Okay? So always pay attention to the red flags. Quick story time. I was connected to an individual that at a very young age, they were SA. Okay? They were SA by other people, family members, and siblings. Okay? Now, being in a connection with this person, I'm like, listen, we all live and we learn. There's things that happen to me, even if it wasn't in the way that it happened to you. For the most part, I understand. But sometimes we have to read between the lines, and just because there's something similar within us, or I understand your pain and what happened to you, doesn't mean that you should align yourself with somebody for friendship, okay? Or a love situation especially, or even a family member just because they're your family, okay? So this individual, like closely, maybe like over a decade ago or a decade ago, so it was very fresh, used to share partners with their siblings, partners. And when this person would voice this to me, they thought that this was okay. They like, yeah, we used to do that or whatever, whatever. And I'm like, so after a while, you know how you're talking about things that you have gone through and you expressing it and stuff. But after a while, it was like, yeah, like this is what we used to do, whatever, whatever. And I'm like, what the fuck? So now I'm looking a little closer. I'm like, so now this person starts looking at me a certain way because I'm on some shit like, okay, the more you get comfortable with me and you keep talking about these things, the more it's not about how at the beginning when you were playing victim mentality. And, you know, this happened to me and da-da-da-da. And, you know, of course, at the beginning, I'm on some shit like, yeah, for real? Sip coffee. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I want you to get comfortable too, to reveal the true you. But I ain't know this was like gonna go to this. Long and behold, after a while, the shit was disgusting to me. And I can't keep shit in because not only do you like this, it is still fairly new. Okay, it is still fairly new. And for some reason, I feel like now you still think that that type of shit is okay. So this person wanted to punish me. Because I didn't accept that. And, you know, because I was connected to this person within a false love situation at the time, my thing was, listen, just because you might have thought that was okay at that time, and I might not think it's okay. Like if you're in an environment where everybody does that and everybody thinks it's okay, or you live in a family dynamic where weird shit, because that's weird shit like that is okay. After a while, you're going to live in an energy like this is fine. And whoever else thinks that is not, you're weird. That was the type of energy. But long and behold, this person wanted to punish me for this. And it will be a list of things that will be held against me. Not because I was trying to humiliate someone, but I was trying to let someone know like, hey, I know that happened to you, but I never did that. And even if I did, when it comes a time for healing, those things are not normal. So my fight to this person was that is not normal. That's because I seen that you still like that and you found joy in talking about that. So I wanted to let you know that that is not normal, but that it's not okay what happened to you, but you don't have to like live in that energy. And of course, I'm expressing these things to this person because I thought that they loved and they cared about me. And also, they always talked about wanting to heal and change and get away from that environment and those people, places, and things who was their family. Another red flag, okay? Pay attention to when people say they don't want to deal with their family or anything like that, and you sit back and you watch them on the phone or just connect with their family like they don't have no problem. I'm not saying you have to be in a negative vibration, but if somebody is saying they want to get away from these people, places, and things, and you still see them interact with these people, places, and things, like they never said that, that's a red flag. All right. My whole point of bringing this up is just to bring awareness to you guys about also how certain things are installed in us and it comes a time when you can heal, but also that those individuals that people might portray or project on saying, oh, they think they better than me or this, that, and this, it's not really that. They just chose healing and you just chose to be stuck. And then some people do devious things like conniving, want to get back, talk bad about somebody, put someone down. But those other individuals will always be the winner, baby. Will always be the winner, especially when they never meant harm to you. Food for thought.